ただいま。
おかえり。
今日の変死速報です。死亡した岡部さんは背骨が折れた状態で都内のこの場所で発見され、
A Tokyo map was displayed on the television. Holy crap! A Tokyo map was displayed on the television screen, marked with 2 red dots. The marquee at the bottom provided the headline, "Sudden violent deaths remained unexplained."
ご飯はまだ少し時間かかるから、先にお風呂に入りなさい、あゆみ。
うん。
Without thinking, I left the socks I just removed from my feet on the living room floor and began walking toward the bathroom.
これ、靴下。
うん。
This was a bad habit of mine, so ingrained within me that it almost become ritual. Mom did well to have caught it so quickly. I grabbed my socks and left the room. Foreshadow, is that gonna happen later on and she's gonna know that's not her real mom?
魂がいる天神症でブックオブシャドウズを使えば今度こそ生き返らせることができるかもしれない。
I set my bag down in my room quickly and automatically grabbed my sweatpants and spats and made a beeline for the bathroom. When I got there, I threw my socks into the hamper with purpose, then began peeling off my school uniform. As I observed myself in the mirror, I began to murmur.
障害反動。もしあれがまた起こったら。
Those burn marks on my neck and arms were eternal reminders of what I'd been through at the Shinozaki estate. I could clearly remember the agony I went through as they formed. I remember watching them sear into my flesh out of thin air, blood spurting from them as if I'd been knifed. I only survived because Hinoi sacrificed herself in my place.
やるしかないじゃない。
I tried to force self-confidence into my expression. When it wouldn't come, I slapped my cheeks hard. It was in me somewhere. I just needed to be yanked out of it into the open.
あなたが頑張るのよ。
Well, fan service. I lowered my head into the water ever so slightly, blowing bubbles in the water with my mouth. The pros and cons of returning to Heavenly Host were racing through my head.
奇跡の力。確定した運命に挑む力。篠崎の末裔。私がやらなきゃいけない。みんなを生き返らせてみせるわ。ブックオブシャドウズのありかさえ分かれば。
If only I knew where to find the Book of Shadows. I need to get my hands on it again. Whoa, where'd he come
ブッ
from?
クオブシャドウズのありかだ。相変わらずずれた感性してやがんな。
This was just about the last thing I expected. I couldn't help but scream. It was the same boy who had found his way into my room last time, wearing the exact same clothes. He spoke to me without once turning his head to look in my direction.
涅槃を知ったか。やっと悟ったようだな。てめえの宿命ってやつを。
He smiled, still facing away from me. It was a confident yet sinister grin.
あなた、なんでここに？
音響のまじないなんて基本中の基本だろうが。いちいち驚くんじゃねえよ。それよりもだ。忘れんなよ、それ。運命に課せられたてめえの責務だからな。その末裔ってとこ。
あなた。
あ？
警察呼ぶから。この変態ストーカー扱う。
My face had to have been as red as fire by this point.
うるせえよ、この父なし女が。誰が痴漢だ。幼児みたいな体しやがって。てめえみたいな貧相な体見ても何も面白くねえんだよ。
Holy shit, what an asshat. What a D-bag. My head felt like it now housed all the blood from my entire body. I imagined myself white as a sheet below the neck and flashed red above it, on the verge of a megaton explosion.
いいか、よく聞け。ブック・オブ・シャドウズは涅槃の中に戻ってる。てめえが篠崎家で失敗したあの時にな。ほら。
He handed me the autograph from Aiko.
いつの間にこれが何だっていうのよ。
よく見ろ、節穴女。ここだ、ここ。
I grabbed the photograph from his hands as aggressively as I could muster, then backed away slightly, putting as much distance between me and him as humanly possible. It was definitely the same picture of the little girl holding the hatchet that Aiko had shown us earlier, but I now noticed that she was holding something in her other hand too. It was a hardbound book around the size of a typical desk dictionary, and though I could barely make it out, there was a certain aura to it that looked an awful lot like a face.
これは
力を使いたいなら、もう一度涅槃部屋。天神小学校と言った方がいいか。すぐにあそこへ飛んでその本を手に入れろ。そうすりゃ、お前の願いも叶うだろう。
He stuck out his hand and pointed directly at my face, then slowly lowered it down toward my abdomen. He was now inexplicably pointing at my lower body, but as soon as I started to get self-conscious, he flipped his hand over and opened it, exposing his palm. There was another piece of a 10-yen gum cup there, the same kind as before. I'm not sure why I took it, but I did, without even thinking. As soon as the exchange was made, he immediately turned toward the bathroom window, apparently preparing to make his escape.
あなた何者なの？どうして私に？
My question seemed to stop him in his tracks.
教えてくれるの？
I wasn't about to drop my guard, especially given the obvious advantage this boy had over me. But he didn't seem like he'd come to attack me or anything. Rather, it was almost like he was trying to lead me somewhere, to show me the way.
今はまだ話せねえ。
He turned his head toward me just enough that I could catch a brief glimpse of the eyes beyond his hood. They were ice blue in color, but gentle and sincere. He smiled once more as he leaped out the bathroom window. I was kind of dumbfounded. I had no idea how to process what had just happened.
どうしたの、あゆみ？大丈夫？
Mom barged into the bath, brandishing a broom. It was probably the first thing she could find to which to fend off potential intruders. Too bad she hadn't been just a moment quicker. All I could do was squat on the cold bathroom floor and stare at her with hollow eyes. There was no way to adequately explain any of this to her. Yay, convenience store. Let's stock up on items. It was late at night, and I still hadn't bothered changing out of my school uniform. I needed food, though, so I decided to hit up the convenience store on my way back home. I picked up a bottle of olives, a pack of tofu, some mineral water, and other various things to keep me going for a while.
なんだこりゃ。
I could hardly believe it. There was actually an occult section at the damn mini mart with all kinds of stupid stuff like spirit talisman magnets and anti-demon wards. I grabbed one off the shelf at random and looked at the company logo on the backside. PL Promotion Co. Inc. For these last 2 months since we'd gotten back from Heavenly Host, it seemed like there was a real spiritual boom going on all over the world. Whenever there'd be a strange death or something, the public would be all over it, downright excited about the possibility that it might be supernatural in nature. It was all over TV shows and magazines, too, with independent researchers checking out spiritual hotspots and giving fancy New Age advice to people, just to boast ratings and sales. And now this exorcism merchandise next to prepackaged cupcakes and ready-made dinners.
コンビニでお札が買える時代かよ。ちょっと前までならこんなもの見ても気持ち悪いって笑えたんだろうけど、今じゃそんな風に笑えなくなっちまったな。こんなの本物相手に聞くのかよなんて思うようになると。
The item I was examining happened to be one of the spirit talisman magnets, seemingly the last one in stock. An old lady suddenly reached around me from behind. Whoa. An old lady suddenly reached around me from behind and yanked it right out of my hands.
どう？
She glowered at me for a moment before taking her prize over to the register. And I just stood there, staring blankly at her as she walked away.
なんだかよ。
I'm him. Arigatou gozaimasu. I'm controlling Yoshiki. What are these flowers? It's a withered bouquet of flowers. Oh yeah, I heard there was a serial killer who recently done in a middle school girl around here. These were probably left in memory of her or something. It's pretty messed up. Jesus Christ. Whew, it's just a cat. Don't I feel like an idiot now? You son of a bitch. And you did the same thing like last time. Is there anything under here? Must have been emptied out recently. Someone threw their burnable trash from home in here again. Oh crap. Was it supposed to go that way? Can I go the other way? Oh, it just put me on the right track anyways.
菱沼くん、
篠崎、何してんだこんな時間に。家に帰ったんじゃねえのかよ。
うん、ごめんね、こんな遅くに。アルバイト？
ああ、今日は遅番だったからな。で、まさかずっと待ってたのか？なんか悪かったな。
うん、平気。
It was actually a really chilly night. I could see Shinozaki's breath dissipating around her chin in short, frequent bursts.
平気じゃねえだろ。震えてんじゃねえか。嫌じゃなければ寄ってけよ。シャくらい出してやる。
うん。
My room was on the second floor of the apartment building. I hadn't been expecting guests, but I had just tidied up for my own sake a little while back, and so was fairly presentable. Shinozaki immediately sat down on my bed and began sipping the tea I'd made for her. She was holding it in both hands, probably less for politeness or more just to warm them up.
おいしい。
変だろ。妹がいつも送ってくんだよ。いい茶話。
The sound of a large truck driving by seemed to catch her off guard. She was clearly a bit jittery, unsurprisingly, all things considered.
こんな時間まで工事してるんだ。
ああ、年末近くになるとこういう意味のない工事増えるな。うるさいわ、眩しいわで寝れやしねえよ。
大変。
Time passed us by at a snail's pace. Shinozaki continued to sip her tea, never once removing either hand from the warm cup. She definitely had something on her mind. Something had happened. It was written all over her face.
親に断ってきてんのか？
ううん。あ、連絡は大丈夫。
そうか。
うん。
Shinozaki was in my room. I dreamed about this before, but never thought it would actually happen.
つか。なんだな。
It's not gonna happen, bro.
いや、その。
You're in the friend zone. Get over it.
どうしたんだよ、こんな遅くに。なんかあったのか？
うん。
はあ？今から展示場に行くだ？
I was half acting, as admittedly this wasn't entirely unexpected. Shinozaki may be a lot of things, but unpredictable is not among them.
お願い。
で、この石を取りに来たのか。
I took out the ever after stone I'd stolen from Aiko.
いいか篠崎。確かにこの石はさっき光ってたし、何か力はあるかもしれねえ。だがよ、もう一度あそこに行ったところで何をどうできるんだ。また出られなくなって下手したら今度こそ死んじまう。そうなりゃここでのお前の存在まで消えちまうかもしれねえんだぞ。
I tried to be as strong and commanding as I could possibly muster. I needed her to realize what a bad idea this was. But you were all for going for it earlier. You were just putting on a strong front, man. You don't want to go back. You don't want to die.
私の存在なんていい。それよりみんなを救いたいの。
救う？
黒の本、ブックオブシャドウズのありかが分かったの。
さっき言ってたあの本のことか。
見て。
She had that thoughtograph thing from Aiko with her and was pointing to the little girl's left arm. Did I just see something move in the picture?
私たち実はもうさっき見えていたのよ。この女の子の左手のところ、それがブックオブシャドウズよ。
I didn't have to look very hard to see it, but
本か、確かに持ってるな。それでこれがブックオブシャドウズだっていう確証はあんのかよ。
ないけど、でも多分間違いないと思う。
多分ってお前。
天神賞へはね、この本を取り戻しに行くの。そしたらみんなの魂を涅槃から解き放てる。鈴本さんたちを今度こそ生き返らせることができるわ。
how could I argue with that? There were so many assumptions being made, but she was so sure of herself, so certain that this would work. She wasn't about to listen to reason. Ugh. Shinozaki shook her head furiously, like some sort of violent shudder. It almost seemed like she was trying to shake something loose from her mind.
つか、そもそもこんな石で本当に展示所に行けるのか？あの女、丹羽愛子だっけか？どう見てもうさんくさかったぜ。
それは試してみなきゃだけれど、でももしまた天神賞に行けたらみんなの魂がそこにあるんだから、今度こそ犯行の術が成功すると思うの。
篠崎。
She still had deep scars all along her arms and legs and neck. Anyone could tell at a glance that she's just recovered from a serious accident. She sounded so self-assured, so self-confident, but it was hard to take any of that serious. This was the first time in my life I'd found myself tearing up over someone and not being embarrassed that I was crying. Honestly, it surprised even me how deeply I cared about Shinozaki and how much I just didn't want to lose her. My eyes were getting hot and glazed, and I felt utterly helpless.
こんなこと誰にも話せないけど、あなたは信じてくれる、岸沼君。
I was at a complete loss for words. I found myself literally scratching my head trying to come up with a good answer. This was Shinozaki, and she had come to me for moral support, for encouragement, for peace of mind. It was really the first time she'd ever truly relied on me, ever truly counted on me. I knew then what I had to do.
もうよ、あのクソ学校であんな目に遭って帰ってきたんだ。今さら何があっても驚きゃしねえよ。お前が言うんならきっとそうなんだろう。理解はできないけどな。 できないままに。俺は決めたことがある。
決めたこと？
ああ。何があってもお前を守るってよ。
Shinozaki and I stared into each other's eyes for a moment, each of us trying to figure the other out.
心配すんな。大丈夫だ。
I tried to force a smile. Shinozaki had basically curled up into a ball at this point. Her tiny body collapsed in on itself for support, but now all of a sudden she unfurled herself and glared at me. I couldn't tell if she was mad or happy or what. Her eyes were either like daggers or saucers. I couldn't really make out which. Maybe she'd come here expecting me to actively shoot down her ideas or something. Maybe she thought she'd be alone in this. Maybe she'd figured out what I was up to. Or maybe she'd been expecting me to say exactly what I said to her, and maybe it annoyed her. Either way, tears began to explode from her eyes so quickly that red bags were forming under them almost instantly. She then turned her back to me, all with one seemingly unconscious spin of her body.
どうした篠崎？
昼間私の頭ポンポンでしたでしょ。
She seemed like she was trying her hardest not to let herself cry, though it wasn't exactly working.
あ？んなことしたか？
した。あれだけど。
She paused, seemingly waiting for me to answer, but I had no idea what to say, and I absolutely didn't want to say the wrong thing, so I just stood there like a dolt.
やっぱり覚えてないなら。
Finally, she turned back to face me, her tears mostly dry, still a little self-conscious about crying, though. She kept her eyes closed, a telltale frown belaying her confidence. There was obviously something between the lines for me to read here, but hell if I knew what it was. You should have just said, "You remembered, you idiot."
ああ。お前の持ってる石の片割れ見せてくれよ。
はい。
Shinozaki removed the ever after stone from her pocket and placed it squarely in my hand. I positioned it next to my stone and stared intently at the two. This was the turning point. What I did next could decide our fates. I couldn't mess this up. Outside my window, I could still hear the sound of a construction vehicles driving by. It was now or never. In as close to one solid motion as I could manage, I opened my window and chucked the two stones out into the road. I timed it perfectly, and my aim couldn't have been better. Another truck was just about to pass by, and the stones were immediately in its path. The sound I heard next was a satisfying crunch. It was the sound of delicate glass-like rocks breaking to tiny pieces. Shinozaki had rushed over to the window and directly witnessed the fate of the Eraster stones. As soon as the truck drove over them, she collapsed to her knees. Oh, you fool, you sad man. You're never leaving the friend zone now. I couldn't even finish my sentence before Shinozaki's palm slapped my face with an incredible force. The loud smack of flesh on flesh echoed throughout the room. The side of my face was immediately in pain. I began rubbing it with my hand as I looked into Shinozaki's eyes. Her face was filled with tears, and her nose was running. She was breathing so heavily, her shoulders were bobbing up and down.
やっぱりあなたはどうしようもない人。
篠崎、聞いてく。
ちょっとでも信じて私がバカだった。
She was was absolutely hysterical with rage.
行かせるかよ、あんなところに。
It was my turn to fire back now. I was certain I'd done the right thing.
本があるったって具体的にどこだ。行って何をするんだよ。何のプランもなしに行ってまた死ぬ思いするだけだろ。
嫌い。何よバカ。アホ。うよ。
Leaving me with those hurtful words, Shinozaki then pushed past me and ran out of my room crying like a child the whole way. I stood back up again, rubbing my cheek where I'd been slapped.
アホってお前。
お願い。どこ。
Oh, I'm in control. Okay. Oh.
無事だったんだ。トラックに踏まれたのに。
当然だろう。ただの石じゃねえんだ。
あなたは。
The guy. Yep. Nope. Wait. Maybe.
よく手段を手に入れたな。論から手段、次に実践だ。進め。貪欲に貪るように邁進しろ。お前はもう飛べる。パンピーどもを超越する世の断りに手を突っ込むことのできる人間だ。
教えてよ。味方なの？
篠崎。
篠間くん。
比べてこいつはクズだ。
は？なんだよお前。
It's that guy I passed in front of Shinozaki's place.
壊れなかったのか、それ。篠崎、渡すんだ。
いや。
ダメだ、行くんじゃねえ。何度死にそうになれば気が済むんだよ。いや。渡せ。
いや。
Holy shit. Enough to crack the damn wall.
野生犬だ。歩み、味方かと聞いたな。その通り、守るものだ。俺はお前の姉、日の絵の世話になった一番弟子、矢後浦教会のキリアミストだ。
お姉ちゃん。
いい子だ。会場のワードは覚えているな。さてと、それじゃあ実践といこうか。その石貸してみな。
That was cool. That's good effect.
俺にしっかり捕まってろよ。あとほら、お守りだ。なくすなよ。
Obtaining Mitsudo's charm, the Argus Cube.
行くな。
ごめん。もう心配しないで。
篠崎。
お前は正しくパンピーの道を生きてろ。
やめて。涅槃よ、死人を迎えよ。
白崎マジかよ。篠崎篠崎くそなんでだよ。くそ
Great, I'm by myself.
ここはこの匂い、この空気。天神所だ。あれ、ミストさんどこ？幸せの石。ない。
Oh, you fool. You gave them to him, and he has them.
どうしよう。あれはミストさんが。そんな、あの石がないと、あの石がないと帰れないわ。ミストさん、私またこの学校に一人ぼっち。そんな、そんなことないよ。きっとどこかで合流できるわ。前だってそうだったもの。
Oh, shit. No one is coming to save you. Die, kill. You should just die, 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 die. Curse, hate, and die. Yeah.
お前ザクロ。
いらっしゃいませ。
Okay, oh great, there we go. Now we're back to good old corpse party. Heavenly Host Elementary School. God damn it. Alright, let's hope. I need to find a save point, because there's 2 different endings you can get in this chapter, and I don't want to go down the wrong path. Come on, light candle somewhere. It wasn't this dark last time. There wasn't a clock like that here last time either. Exactly. I guess things really are different now. I hope Mitsudo hasn't gone too far. I don't even know his phone number. Actually, I should leave a message for him. Mitsudo, it's Yami. Please call me 090XXXX XXXXX. good enough, I think. Now, let's see if I can find him anywhere. Oh, thank you. Save point. Sweet, sweet save point. Save it to the new one. Okay. Alright. An hour and a half in to chapter 1, and here we are. Let's check out this clock. The clock printer seems to have stopped at an 8. This clock wasn't here last time, was it? Looks like there's something on the wall. Oh, there's a hole right there I can't get past. Misoto?
Mr.
Oh wait, she said it.
雨の降る放課後でした。やっぱり人だ。
Wait, what? What the hell is this? Oh, it's my inventory screen. I wonder if there's anything I can use across this hole. I can't use that board like the other one. So I have to find a board. There's blood right there. There's a murky yellow liquid inside the bucket, filling the hall with an absolute noxious odor. This is really disgusting. Not that anything in here isn't though. Got batteries. There's blood. Oh, Jesus Christ! Heavenly Host is falling apart more than ever before. As a result, there are numerous hazards to watch out for, from broken glass to splinters. Stepping on one will lower your HP. Depending on the hazard encountered, only the currently selected player character may get hurt, or the entire party may take damage. HP can be recovered through the use of bandages. Oh. Oh! Okay, I thought that was blood. I was supposed to examine it. Well, at least... Oh, Jesus Christ! So don't step on broken wood either. There's something on the floor here. Bandages. There's a dead body blocking my way. A dead body? Before me were skeletal remains of a human being sprawled out unceremoniously on the ground. This is definitely Heavenly Host. This person, I have no idea who he is, but somehow I feel like I've met him before. The name tag rests beside the corpse. Sugitani High class. Toshihisa Godo. Decapitation by wire while searching for a friend. Wait, is this someone from the previous game? I don't remember. The name tag. Oh, that piece of board right there. It's a loose floorboard, still very much intact, entirely solid. It should be strong enough to support the weight of even a full-grown adult. This might come in handy, huh? Yeah! There you go. Don't step on the cracks. Gah! That looks like a loose floorboard right there. There should be something I could use to cross this hole. I should be able to cross now. Okay, I'm gonna go save it. And now I'm gonna save to the third slot because I don't want to mess up the first slot and go through all that crap again. Okay. Alright, here we go. I'm looking at something. Oh god. That music, man. It's creepy as shit. the fuck? Oh, that can't be good, Mayu.
笹本さん
No, I don't want to. I don't wanna.
私だよあゆみあなたを迎えに来たの
Oh god. Oh god. No, Mayu, no. Stop. What is this? What is this? It's a spell symbol. That's not encouraging. Oh god. Watch out. I can hide? You can hide in lockers to avoid harmful entities. However, if you're spotted by the entity while trying to hide, it can very easily pull you out. When an entity is near your hiding place, a red circle will be displayed to indicate danger. As it moves further and further away, the circle will turn green and eventually go away completely, if and when the coast is cleared. Oh Jesus, what is that? Press X button to exit your hiding place, but beware, if there are any entities in sight, you'll be immediately chased by them, so make sure you time your exit well. At least I was able to get away. I have to hurry and find Mitsudo though. Oh man, what is this sign? The door is affixed to the wall like a model. It shows no indication that it was ever meant to be open. Okay, watch out for those things. Can't go in here. Nope. There's no use hiding. You will always be watched. That's comforting. Nope. That is a trap. Okay. Go in here. Nope. Oh, Jesus. God. Stupid hole. I don't like that corner. Can't see. Oh, Jesus Christ, Mayu! Mayu, no! Enter! Hurry! Oh gosh, she saw me! Oh, come on, man! Ah! She's still chasing me! No, Mayu, no! No! In here, no! There's no escape! Oh god, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm dead. I'm thoroughly effed. Oh god, no! Move! No! Oh, you didn't kill me. Okay. Damn it, Mayu. Leave me alone. No. Oh, Suzumoto died right here. There's still a massive bloodstain here. Mayu Suzumoto's remains are no longer present. Get away from me. Oh, she's dead. It's a girl.
Yuki-chan! Yuki-chan! Yuki-chan, 助けて!
My chin smashed against the floor, and the wind was completely knocked out of me. My entire field of vision turned white, as if I had been drenched in some unholy phosphorescence. the hell is that? Oh, dude. Then everything went black. Various indistinct forms blurred together in front of my eyes, and all of a sudden it felt as if not my body, but my mind had been shattered to pieces. Chapter 1, returning to be continued. EVP entries for Yoshi Shirozaki have been unlocked. New Encyclopedia Obscura entries have been unlocked. Yuki Kano, Miki Kishinuma, Ever After Stones. Seiji Shinozaki, Hinoe Shizada, Bigelow, Close Spaces, a bunch of stuff. Nirvana, Raising of Corpses, Land of Corpses, Spirit Items. Was that chapter 1? Was that all of it? Yes. Let's continue. Or let's go back. New chapter. That was all of chapter 1. Okay. Well, we're definitely gonna have to get to chapter 2. Let's go to the options. Okay, so I got the good ending in chapter 1. And there's 2 stars for chapter 2, so it's the same. So I'm guessing if you die to Mayu, wrong end. It's a wrong end. So you know what? Let's go to continue. Let's continue where we were. And let's just see what that wrong end looks like. Let's just see. Since we're here and there's only one, let's just see what happens when Mayu finishes you off. Do I have the board? Yeah, I did. There's a light right there. And then it disappears. Yep. Nope. Can't skip it. Can I skip? Oh god, that freaking... That's still freaking terrifying as shit. Yeah. Oh god. Just finish me off. I want to see what happens. Take that, bitch. I mean, not bitch, sorry. You're my friend, but... oh god. Use my charm. I'll use my charm on you. Oh god. Oh god, what's she doing to me? Wrong end. Regrets. Returning. I earned the trophy. Well, that's what happens when... Yep, we're saving that system data. So we got the 2 endings for chapter 1. And that's what happens when you get caught. So we will continue this in chapter 2.